Have any of you ever played a prank on anyone?
Yes!
Really? Okay, I haven't, just because I've been too scared about the reaction I'd get, but I've always enjoyed hearing those trickster tales, and so today I'm going to tell you a story about a trickster tale I really enjoyed growing up. So there was a man named Hans, and he was a peasant, and all he had was a bag of nails. So Hans was really hungry. All he could think about was eating. He was just thinking about eating his favorite foods, and that was the only thing on his mind. So he walked into this town he didn't recognize, but back in that time, people would walk to the local castle, and they could get fed if they were hungry. So that's what Hans did. So he walked to the local castle, and was just about to knock on the door, when the door flew open, and another peasant flung out of the door. The peasant said, "I hope you're not planning to get a meal in there, because I just got thrown out. The cook is the meanest man I've ever seen." And so Hans said, "I've got a trick up my sleeve. I'll be fine." So he continued onto the door and knocked. This mean old cook opened the door, and he was surly and grumpy. But Hans wasn't scared. The cook said, "What do you want? You better not want a meal." And Hans said, "No, I don't actually. I just want a hot boiling pot of water. I brought a nail, and I just want to make nail soup." So he had the nail out, and the cook saw that, and he said, "Well, I guess I could do that." So he brought out a boiling hot pot of water and gave it to Hans. So Hans put the nail in and started stirring. The cook said, "Well, how is it?" So Hans tried it. Not bad. It could use some salt and pepper, though. So the cook yelled out for another peasant and said, "Boy, bring me some salt and pepper." So, thank you. All right. So Hans stirred up the bowl and drank some soup. "How is it?" said the cook. Hans said, "Well, it's delicious." And then he said, "But only one thing could make it better, some stock. That would make the soup nice and rich." So he called for the boy, and the boy brought out some stock. "Thank you." So Hans started stirring it and tried it. The cook said, "How is it now?" And Hans said, "Delicious. But when I make soup, I make it for a queen. And the only thing to make that better is vegetables." So he had some vegetables added. "Thank you." "How is it now?" said the cook. So he took a drink and said, "Oh, it's really good. You're going to like it. But the last thing that could make it good would be some meat." So before he knew it, he had ham, chicken, and beef in this soup. He started stirring for longer this time. He had all these ingredients in there. And the cook said, "How is it now? Is it good enough?" "Oh, it's delicious." And the cook said, "Well, it's basically yours, so you can share it with whomever you want." So he decided to share with each person. All right. Well, each person ended up having 2 bowls of soup. And after this, Hans put down the bowl and started walking out with his bag of nails. "Wait!" the cook yelled. "You forgot your nail. Do you want it back?" And Hans said, "No, that's okay. You can just have it for the next time you want to make nail soup." And he left. Hans walked away with his bag of nails, and he knew that he had fed everyone there and himself. He was no longer hungry, and he did all of which without making the cook mad. Some trickery, huh? The end. Woo! Oh, thanks for the